evening, Tri-City area. It's Thrift Behringer alongside Rick Beach of Kutsu Sports. We got some high school football. We got 5A matchup between Harris County Tigers, the surprise team of the Tri-City area, 5-1, taking on the defending region champions, the Northside Patriots, who are 4-2. It's a rivalry game. This is a region matchup game. This could potentially decide who's going to win the region this year. I'm excited to be on the call with now. This is the third time I've called a game with him. He's basically part of the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live family. He works with us. It's Rick Beach. Rick, how excited are you about tonight's matchup?
How can you not be fired up about this matchup? I mean, the crisp air, you got a little bit of the breeze coming. Feels like football. You look on the field, there's a big rivalry game, and you can't win the region tonight, but you can get a leg up on it.
Yeah, exactly right. This region's tough. Northgate's 4-2. McIntosh, they're 5-1. Harris County's 5-1, and Northside's 4-2. Five teams vying for 4 playoff spots. Drew, they're basically 1-5 or winless. They're not a really good football team this year. Remember, 4 out of the 5 teams do make it and make it to the playoffs. So this is about seeding. And Northside's having a pretty good year. Last year went 9-1, lost a lot of players, but they do return star quarterback Caden Clay. He'll be getting the ball first. But Harris County, the surprise team of this area, ever since losing to Troup County, they've been on a roll, including upsetting number 4 Sandy Creek last week at Durham. Was it Durham Field? I was about to say
Durham
yeah,
Field?
Danny Durham Field.
Oh.
And that is going to be a horrific kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. He was trying, I guess, and which is understandable because one of their turn men, Kingston Rivers, had almost a return for a touchdown the last time Northside played 2 weeks ago against Westover. Then they had a bye because they knew this was going to be a big game. Let's talk before they're going to probably re-kick it. Let's talk about Harris County a little bit. Who are some of the key players on why this team has improved from last year?
Well, I'll start on the defensive end, number 22, Bishop Adams. This defensive line has been the anchor of the defense, and against a team like Northside who passes the ball so well and does have a back like Kingston Rivers, the defensive line is going to be important tonight.
On the offense side of the ball, Levi Watson's been an incredible game manager. He's been efficient, but he can't make plays with his legs. He's a guy that doesn't like giving up on plays, almost to his detriment. But last week had that initial turnover for a Sandy Creek touchdown. He bounced back ever since and did a phenomenal job getting the Tigers back on track, not letting that affect him, brushing it off. And I know they're excited. And then you got to talk about the bus, Mr. Matei Yeoman. I mean, if you haven't seen this young man play, I know everyone saw Kingston Rivers, who ran over a man a few weeks ago. That guy's phenomenal. Shout out to his dad, Jonathan Rivers. But Matei Yeoman does that about every single play when he touches the rock.
Yeah, he runs with physicality that's not really seen in football these days. It's 1980, throwback to the 80s type running back you would see. And, you know, he's looking for somebody to hit when he goes in there. So 2 great running backs, just distinct different styles.
Again, thank y'all so much for joining us. Like our page, Georgia Alabama Sports Live Facebook page. And that is going to be a decent return, but good coverage for Harris County. Returning number 6 was Darnell Brooks Jr. All right, so Northside's going to get the football. We talk about quarterback play in this area. There's a lot of great quarterbacks, and we got a great matchup tonight. But me and you were talking about this, Rick. Caden Clay looks like a D1 quarterback. He's 6'2", he's athletic, he's got 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's got about 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns. He has full command of this Northside offense.
Yeah, you see that's who the game's going to come down to, quarterbacks in a game this big. And here we go, throwing it right off the bat.
And Darnell Brooks Jr., the guy that just returned it. And these are contrasting styles. Northside, they're ground and pound. I mean, Harris County, they're ground and pound. They like relying on their defense, scoring when they need to. Old school Alabama type football is what I like to refer it to. Northside, they're more up tempo. They're more the offense you see nowadays, spread. So we're going to see spread versus ground and pound. Up tempo versus high defense is going to be a great matchup. Man in motion. Caden Clay in the backfield is Kingston Rivers. He's done a great job replacing Malachi Hosley. By the way, he scored his first collegiate touchdown with Pennsylvania last week. And Rivers bounces to the outside, and he's still running. He's carrying about 3 or 4 Harris County defenders, and that's going to be a Northside first down.
Yeah, you can see you getting up to the second level in a hurry right there. Yeah, Sevilla coming in to make a tackle at the linebacker position, but he busts right through that defensive line.
Almost at midfield now. Patriots in blue, Tigers in their white unis with black trousers and that beautiful black helmet. Patriots and Tigers here at Kinnett Stadium. Could not be more excited to call this matchup. Great job, and intercepted! Intercepted by number 2 for Harris County.
That's Rand Ogletree. He's a wide receiver by trade. Fighting the tackles off. You can see the offensive side of him coming out.
And he read the eyes of Caden Clay, which who I said, what I was about to say, was a great job on the zone read. Good job having the fake, but he had his eyes on that target, 6, Darnell Brooks, the whole time, and read him and intercepted beautifully, and we got our first turnover of the game.
Yeah, great job by Rand to read the eyes and just sit back and wait on the ball, pretty much all he had to do. And he's an offensive player by nature, so you can see when he got the ball, he's a playmaker fighting tackles.
All right, now we're getting to see this Northside offense. We got Levi Watson in the backfield, and then is that number 43?
Yes, sir.
That is him, and you see his arm's about as big as my head. It is a huge specimen in the backfield, Matei Yeoman. Yeoman gets the ball, and he gets hit initially. Great job pursuing the football. Number 9, Chris Coleman, came from the short safety in on the tackle, and no gain for Mr. Yeoman.
Yeah, you're going to see Northside's going to have to bring men up from the defensive back position to try to stop this running game from Harris County.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now. 2-out spread. And it looks like we're going to have a false start. And that's one thing with this Harris County offense, and we talked about this before in last week's broadcast when we did the Sandy Creek game, is they want to stay ahead of the chains. When they start going back and it's 2nd and 15, 2nd and 12, and it gets to be 3rd and long, that's not their forte. They can make plays when they need to, but they like being ahead of the sticks. They like having many options, being 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, so they can run if they need to or pass. When they have to have a passing down, that's when they struggle. And they're going to wave off the flag, so that works in Harris County's favor. And honestly, I don't even think I saw anyone move, so I was wondering where the false start came.
I think he was talking about the formation. Harris County's got 2 tight ends, running 12 personnel. They had 2 tight ends on that right side. Maybe he thought one was up on the line and not off of it. I'm not sure what he was seeing.
Please share this video, guys. Tag us. Georgia Alabama Sports Live's coverage. And Levi Watson breaks it out to the outside. Gets about 3 or 4 yards. Good job on the keeper, making something out of nothing to make it that 3rd and manageable, which I was just referring to. 3rd and about 4 now, as they are already in Patriot territory.
And Randarius Ogletree coming back into the game. You see him, number 2, coming to the short side, coming to our side of the field.
First big 3rd down of the game here. 9:03 in the first quarter. Tigers and Patriots.
There's Rand.
And there is a great pass to Rand Ogletree, who catches the screen and gets the 1st down. A nice job, good blocking on the outside. And that's going to move for another Tigers 1st down.
Yeah, that's a play Harris County's really fell in love with the last couple of weeks. You know, hitting Rand on the outside, any kind of screen,
and getting
plays like that, but getting the ball in Rand's hand.
Right, and getting Levi in a good rhythm. Getting the ball out quickly, let him see the field. Don't put him in situations that are not beneficial to him. And good job getting it out quickly to your playmaker. 1st down, Tigers. Yeoman back in the game now. Those big uglies of Northside, Harris County have been one of the MVPs, and there's Yeoman. Breaks off the 1st tackle, gets about 4 yards from the initial hit. They make it 2nd down and short. I know we talk about Harris County being the surprise team, and a lot of the reason why is you mentioned the defensive line, but this offensive line has probably been the best group out of all the schools we've called, and we've called 15 different schools this year. They have just manhandled every team, and they even pushed around Troup County for a majority of that game.
Yeah, Troup County was that one bad quarter. This offensive line, Coach Sweat come in from North Georgia, Coach Bronson Sweat, offensive line coach, and we talked Coach Watson being an offensive lineman at Mississippi State himself. You could tell they've injected their DNA into this team.
2nd down now. Levi getting the final signal. And Yeoman's going to bounce it to the outside. Yeoman And it's going to move the chains for another first down. So you see Harris County, they like working the clock. They like taking some time. They're not one of those that's up-tempo trying to get 3 plays in 30 seconds. They're okay with wasting time. They're okay taking a 6, 7, 8-minute drive. On the flip side, Northside, they like getting the ball out quickly. They like wearing down the defense. So, again, that's one of the things I was very interested in this game, Rick, was seeing the contrasting styles from both teams.
Yeah, we haven't seen Harris County get in their power T formation either that we'll see in short yardage situation. But we've seen a lot more outside zone runs with Matei than we normally do.
Shotgun handoff to Yeoman, and Yeoman gets hit hard, but still on his feet and still moving the pile. Good job by Northside's defensive lineman, number 90, Kamal Christopher, on the hit. But Yeoman just kept going. Even if he turned it, he had his back and was really pushing backwards and still moving the pile. I mean, you see him right now. He looks all of a linebacker, which he does play both sides of the ball. But he's got deceptive quickness, and he can make, plays with his legs if he needs to and catch the ball out of the backfield. Second down, they're going to hand it off again to Yeoman, and Yeoman gets hit. But enough for at least 2 yards to set up third and short. But this also running back by committee. Talk about some of those other guys that get some love from Harris County.
Number 9, he's the other running back. Then they got Q Walker. He wears number 1. He's a change of pace back. And right now is that power T formation. They get 99, the big defensive tackle. TJ Johnson's in the game. So you're going to see 3 in the backfield, 2 tight ends on the line, and they're just going to run it in and try to get yardage. But they do play fake out of this.
And look, there's that power formation. And they're going to hand it off to Yeoman. And Yeoman does get stood up, but not before another, looks like, first down for Harris County. Harris County, Northside gets the ball, gets a quick first down, and then on a zone read play, Caden Clay throws an interception to Rand Ogletree, and then Rand Ogletree on the offensive side of the ball caught for a couple screen passes, getting the ball out in space, and now we got first and goal for the Tigers. Power I formation again.
Wow.
And he keeps it, and he's going to fake out me and everyone on the Northside defense for a Harris County Tigers touchdown.
That was an impressive drive by Harris County. I think everybody in the state of Georgia knew they was going to run the ball.
They thought Yeoman was going to get it again.
Oh, that last run was because of every handoff
right
for 50 yards other than the throw to Rand. It was Yeoman.
What do? You feed Yeoman the ball, you keep hitting him in the inside, then boom, the next play, you're faking it, and the quarterback who walks in for a Harris County touchdown, and you could not have drawn a better script if you're Harris County. Get an interception against Northside and taking that turnover all the way down the field for a touchdown. Threat bearer Rick Beach on the call here, Georgia Alabama Sports Live's coverage of high school football. It's Northside and Harris County, huge region matchup. We're going to take a break right after this. Welcome back here. Harris County gets a early turnover and drives right down the field. 50 yards and about 4 or 5 minutes of gameplay. Rivers gets it, and Rivers was a shoestring tackle. I don't even think he was tackled. I think he tripped over someone's foot from breaking that one. So good starting field position for Caden Clay. All right, now you're down 7-0. Caden Clay, who hasn't had many turnovers all season, that was uncharacteristic for him. What do you want to see from Mr. Clay now as he needs to slow the game down and be the quarterback that we know he is?
It's just like last week we saw from Levi Watson, just his composure. There's still a lot of football left to play. He's a very skilled quarterback that, a memory like an elephant right here.
Clay's going to hand it off to Rivers. Rivers is a hard-nosed runner himself. This young man is a junior who made waves around the area when he ran over a man from Westover 2 weeks ago for a touchdown, and he literally ran him over. But this guy does more than just run the football hard. He can catch it out of the backfield. He's a great return specialist. He's an overall 5-tool offensive star for this Northside Patriots offense, who is replacing a guy like Malachi Hosley, who's playing at Penn right now, scoring touchdown for them. Trips over his own foot and actually loses a yard to make it 3rd down now.
But with Northside's offense, it's the opposite of what we're saying with Harris County. When they do have a negative play, when they do have a turnover, if they do get behind, they have the offensive weapon and mindset to make up for it. They're not scared to throw the ball downfield. Their receivers can create space and get open. And so, it's not any panic from the Northside coaches right now.
Rip Behringer and Rick Beach on the call. Georgia Alabama Sports Live here at Kinnett Stadium. Last year, Northside, close game in the first half, but ended up dominating the second half on the way to a 9-1 season. 2 different teams this year. Would have been an incredible catch by Aaron Osborne, but a little too far out of his reach. And looks like it's going to be putting situation, and that's back-to-back drives for Northside, not able to capitalize on good field position.
Yeah, right. That was a good 3rd down play. The throw was just a little to the field side. He had him open a little. He was going to get a little bit close to a 1st down.
Set to return is Mr. Ogletree. Again, is their best receiver, one of their best secondary players, and also their return specialist. High snap. Good job by the punter, able to catch it, because that would have been a disaster. And instead of letting the ball bounce, it bounces and hits a Northside player. So instead of probably starting at their own 20, they're going to start at their 28-yard line. Let's give some shout-outs to our sponsors. Terry Johnson Agency. Terry Johnson, Jeremy Crosby, they've been serving the community for a long time. I love what they do for Georgia Alabama Sports Live for all your insurance needs. Contact Terry Johnson. Shout out to my man Rick Beach in Kutzu Sports. He was live for the Deep South's Otis rivalry last week. So was my partner in crime, DJ Jones of Sports Visions. And a lot of Georgia fans nervous on that one, wasn't it? But there's a guy by the name of Brock Bowers. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's pretty good at football.
Yeah, he's a decent little football player.
1st down for Harris County at their 29-yard line. Zone read fake, and it's going to be a bounce screen pass to Ogletree, who gets about 2 yards. In the game is Sevilla. And Sevilla is, if you're going to consider Mr. Yeoman the thunder, the power back, Sevilla's more the scat back, the lightning, the guy that likes catching out of the backfield. He likes to be able to make plays, juking people out. He wants to get in space. 2 contrasting running backs, but they work well together.
Absolutely. He plays linebacker as well on the other side of Matei. And we got Matei in the backfield now in this pistol formation.
And that is going to be a good job by Levi Watson pushing the pile. That's going to get at least, I'd say 3rd and 4 at their 35-yard line.
Yeah, I guess he just saw a little bit of a hole on the A-gap and just wanted to run up in there to get a couple yards. So now set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeoman in the backfield with Levi. Seven nothing here if you're just now joining us. Low snap, but kicks it out quickly to Ran. Mr. Ogletree stops. A little bunting route. Literally turns around right by the 6 to get an easy pitch and catch for a 1st down for the Tigers.
Yeah, you see a nice route right there by Ran, who was in Jacksonville, Alabama at Jacksonville State a couple weeks ago on his official visit. So he is getting some looks for the junior.
Well, and that's what we want. We like guys around this area that make it to the next level. As I said, Malachi Hosley, the star running back for Northside, he's playing at Penn. Deloach, their star linebackers at Air Force. I mean, some elite players for both teams. Yeoman's going to take it and bounce it to the outside, and there goes Yeoman. But a good job coming up and making a tackle is number 7, Xavier Campbell. But Yeoman does get at least 5. And if you're Northside, you don't want these Harris County Patriots. Harris County Patriots.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty good team. We combine both these teams. We probably have
Absolutely.
the best team in the 5A. But Yeoman bouncing it to the outside, getting 5 yards. If they're getting 5 yards of play, you're not going to stop them. We got to have some tackles for loss. You got to minimize these 3, 4, 5-yard gains. They wear down the defense, and that's what you're seeing here on this second drive now with a minute left. First quarter flying by. Yeoman in motion. He's going to throw a screen pass to Ogletree. They love that screen action. That's going to be another Tigers first down.
Yeah, that was a different look to it. That brought Yeoman out as kind of the lead blocker on that screen. And you saw he created that hole and got the first down for Harris County. A lot of different ways they're using Matei more tonight that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
So Northside watching film, you give Yeoman speed on the outside. He's hard to bring down when he's wide open.
So both of these teams, this is their first region game. They're both 0-0 in the region.
Yeah, the other region game going on tonight, you got McIntosh and Northgate. We got both these teams are keeping their eyes on that score.
Exactly. And they're going to hand it. Nope. Another QB keep. Nice job faking out the defense. And there goes Levi Watson. Like I said, he can make plays with his legs when he needs to. And he is killing the Northside defense right now on the zone keeper. Another Harris County first down. But if Northgate's able to upset McIntosh and Northside can beat Harris County, we'll have 4 teams with a 5-2 record. But we'll still have Northgate and Northside will be first in the region because they'll both be 1-0. Harris County McIntosh will be 0-1. So at the end of one, if you look at the stats, it's all pointing in the direction of the Harris County Tigers. We got a good one here. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Brett Behringer, Rick Beach. We'll be right back after this. It's 7-0, Harris County. Welcome back here. First down and 10 at the Northside 28-yard line. It's Harris County, and they're driving. They're second of the game. They're already up 7-0 on the defending region champion Northside Patriots. We're live at Kinnett Stadium. Big rivalry game going on tonight. We got a pink out over on Harris County side. Actually, both teams are wearing pink. They're fans. You see the socks. And there's a good job by Levi Watson on a ball carry, and he's done a good job making plays with his legs here in this game. He's already got a rushing touchdown. Just had a big run right there to get into Northside territory. As a person that's had a mom that's had to battle breast cancer and overcome it, this is seeing stuff like this. It means a lot to me. Knowing how scary it was for me and my family, and for anyone out there that's had to deal with stuff like with breast cancer, it's a booger. And small stuff like this can make a difference. And I appreciate both teams recognizing breast cancer awareness. All right, second down. And Sevilla just dived at the ground for 2 yards.
Sevilla's going to be your flashy guy, but they still have another running back, number 1, Q Walker, who is, you'll notice him when he's on the field. He'll be the smallest guy on the field, but he can absolutely fly. Miguel's more of your combo of Yeoman and Walker, and they go that power T right here.
Power I formation. You don't see many teams do that, and I don't know if that's going to be a false start or an encroachment.
I think both sides. Harris County's going to say Northside was in the neutral zone when they moved, and vice versa for Northside. Now the flags come in, so I guess they're going to call it.
And they are going to say false start, so that's going to move them back. So now that power I formation is probably going to be changed to more of a shotgun, spread it out. And look, Rand Ogletree's coming back on the field because 3rd and 3 play call is a little bit different than 3rd and 8.
Right, you still might be in 2-down territory right here. You got a good kicker in Logan Shelnut who can hit the medium range field goals, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Harris County try to run the ball or see that tunnel screen over the Rand Ogletree and pick up some yards and see where you're at on 4th down.
Ogletree's the only man that's out, and they're going to throw a fade up to Ogletree. That's going to be intercepted. What a job going up and getting that football is number 20, DeMarcus O'Neal. And to be honest with you, he wasn't open from the start. So right there, if you're watching, you might as well either throw that away or try to make something with your legs. He just throws it up for grabs. 2 men there. Great coverage by Northside and an even better interception by Mr. O'Neal.
Yeah, you saw the safety over the top the whole time. They only have 1 receiver going out for a pass. You know, that would be you read it. If it's not there, throw it out of bounds, take off running. And on 3rd down, that penalty is brutal right now.
And especially when you have a kicker that can make long-distance kicks. You don't want to take points off the board. Northside's got the ball. Here's Caden Clay. Gets it out quickly. Nice job getting to his playmaker. And that's going to be a horse collar. Nope, they're not going to say anything. They're going to say he pulled him by his hair.
Well, I think the horse collars, you have to bring them down.
So Devon Scott.
He didn't make the tackle with the horse collar. He grabbed it and let it go.
So they're not going to say horse collar. Devon Scott was in on that play for Northside. Good job by Caden Clay, who now is trying to get this Northside offense moving. They got the turnover they needed, and there is a flag. And I'm thinking this is going to be unsportsmanlike on Northside because it came from the sideline judge. Usually they give a warning
before. I think
it'll
be a sideline warning. He's talking to Coach O now.
Coach O probably wants an explanation on why that wasn't called, which I understand.
Yeah, his assistant coach was really in the side judge's ear, and I think they're just going to give a sideline warning on quiet it down a little bit.
So they are going to give a warning.
Which the next one is a 15-yard penalty.
Yes. So warning on the assistant coach for Northside, who's pretty upset over that call, but I think you're right. I think he has to come down. And he may have tackled him by his hair, too.
Yeah.
It looked like he had pulled his hair.
It's just a horse collar's not like a face mask.
And these jerseys
you can let go of it before.
And right, and these jerseys are so tight on them. It's hard to get a hold of the jerseys. That is considered a pass, and good job by Darnell Brooks Jr. breaking it to the outside on the jet sweep. And look, extracurricular activities. Saw a Northside guy fall down. A Harris County helmet's on the ground rolling around. You see the chippiness. That's why I love doing high school football, baby.
Well, the turnover switched the momentum around, and it seems there's a sense of urgency now in the Harris County defense, and they're playing a little more tight as
anxious.
What we saw early.
Right. So we're going to see what that penalty's on. Discussion from the white hat.
Talking to the Harris County coach makes you think it might be on Northside. Well, this is a rivalry game. This is what you get. Stuff like this is happening.
And they're going to have an unsportsmanlike penalty on Harris County. That's definitely on the. So that is going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down. And now Northside in Harris County territory, and this is where I like the intensity. I like trash talking, but don't let it get out of control and don't let it hurt your team like it did right there.
Yeah, that's a hole in your foot right here. And you got to keep your composure. You got to play with composure, and that's such a big word in football because it means so much.
Especially in a game which you're literally trying to take someone's head off. It's hard to have composure, but the greats normally do. Scott in motion. High snap, but Clay gets it, hands it off to Rivers, and Rivers, there he goes. I mean, He hits the hole with such speed and power. And the first guy Harris County could touch him was already 9 yards down the field to set up second and short.
Well, great job by this Northside offensive line. You know, pretty much we haven't called anybody on the Harris County defensive line out this game yet. So this Northside offensive line is doing a good job in neutralizing that Harris County defensive line, which has been their strength.
Pitch to Rivers. Rivers, I think, got enough for the Patriots' first down.
Yeah, Christian Olson, and you saw McGill Sevilla come in and make the tackle, but that was a nice pitch right there. He read it perfect, got the first down. You know, the option is one of the speed option out of the shotgun is such a good play if you're able to execute it.
Hand off to Rivers. Rivers gets tackled in the backfield. Good job right there.
Miguel Sevilla coming in on the tackle. Really a great job right there.
Already 8 minutes and 52 seconds left in this second quarter. This first half is going by fast, and normally they do for a Harris County game.
You see Northside's going to the run on this drive and letting Kingston Rivers really carry the load. Now, I say that, and they take him out and put in. Look like Jackson coming in and running back.
Clay on second down finds a man wide open. It's Darnell Brooks who backs out of bounds, and that's going to set up first and goal. Nice job by Caden Clay surveying the field and finding a wide open Darnell Brooks Jr., his leading target for today's game for a Patriots first down.
Beautiful back shoulder throw right there by Mr. Clay. That was just, you know, the back shoulder throw is so hard to defend, and he threw a beautiful pass right there and got the first down.
First and goal. High snap, Clay gets it again, and there goes Jackson. Jackson, race to the corner, he's got it! And Northside answers right back with an interception of their own and goes 80 yards down the field for the touchdown, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, you see how fast momentum can change. You have Harris County down here third down about the 35-yard line. One penalty, then an interception, and now it looks like Northside's going to kick the extra point and try to tie it up.
Weird formation. They do this every time. Clay is the holder. Jay Jackson, the other running back, the speedster, bounce it to the outside, and you're not catching him, and he beats everyone to the end zone. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And we are all knotted up at 7 with 8:08 remaining here in the second quarter. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Harris County and Northside will be back after this. Welcome back here, Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge. Thank you to Derek Moxley, one of our Richard Holdridge. I knew I was going to do it. Rick Beach, he just comes off the tongue because I called so many games with him. But Rick, Derek Moxley, thank you so much for his support. By the way, I looked at Pate Park up in Harris County. It looks fantastic, and he is one of the best concrete people around this area.
Oh, absolutely. We love some Derek Moxley, and his concrete services is just, you know, all over Harris County. You see the signs, DMs, SC, CS. I get them all mixed up. But, hey, if you see the American flag with them letters in any kind of order, that's going to be Derek Moxley.
Also, thank you to the Menifee Agency and Alex Quinney Allstate Agency for the support of our games. Sports Visions, PNB Broadcasting, Q1073, Kissin 99.3, your top stations around the area. 98.3 The Beat, all a part of the PNB Broadcasting family.
And if you're Harris County, you got to, we say when you pull out your ID, you know what it says, you know who you are. And keep the same offense you've been having during the successful 5-game winning streak.
Nice job by Northside getting the turnover and capitalize on it. And Watson keeps it, and Watson's breaking to the outside. He's all the way down at the 40-yard line, and that is going to be a 30-yard run for Mr. Levi Watson. And somebody's got to be accountable for the quarterback on the keeper on these zone reads for Northside. That's 3 different times. One for a touchdown, another one late in the first quarter for 20 yards to get Northside territory, and there's another 30-yarder. Levi Watson doing a great job riding the fake and keeping it, and nobody's counting for him and his legs.
Yeah, both ends crashed from Northside. Once they crashed, and they had Q Walker in the game, so I guess they figure they're going to try to get to the edge and use that speed, and Levi just taking advantage of reading the ends.
Q Walker is another running back, part of the 3-back tandem for Harris County. This time Watson keeps it, but it didn't matter if he kept it or would have gave it to Q Walker. That was going to be blown up, and it was led by number 44, Chris Pearson. Nice job by him.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing Levi could do on that play.
No.
Like you said, either way.
Pearson was already back there before
just put both hands on the ball and go down, and that's about all he could do, which for this offense, you're behind the sticks a little bit, and that, could be troublesome.
That's going to be a loss. Great job by Pearson, the elite defensive end. He got in the backfield in a hurry there, and a good job for their first tackle for loss to make it 2nd down and 13. Watson looking, and almost intercepted again by Patrick Bellamy. And if he would have intercepted that, there was nothing but green grass. He would have scored. Levi Watson, he just had his eyes on his target the whole time, and they read him. And that almost would have been costly.
Yeah, you saw Gates coming out there, and he looked like he was trying to sit in a zone of some sort, and Levi just locked in on him and really didn't look the DB off and threw it right at him. And now for 3rd and long, you got to expect Rand Ogletree to get the ball again and see how they try to get it to him. I would say a screen since they're playing off a little bit and just try to get some positive yardage.
Watson is going to keep it again, and Watson is breaking it to the outside, breaks a tackle, and gets close to another 1st down. Watson's got to be getting close to the century mark here in the first half with his legs, and that's going to set up 4th and short.
You got to expect a power T formation as you see T.J. Johnson and Matei Yeoman coming into the field. So this is what we're talking about. Everybody knows what's about to happen. They have thrown it out of this before to Miguel, and they're throwing it to Matei. But everybody knows a run's coming.
Run, and they've had the QB keep for the touchdown. This time they're going to give it to Yeoman, and Yeoman's going to break free. Yeoman's going to go all the way, untouched basically, into the end zone for the Harris County touchdown. And after the turnover, Harris County comes right back after get punched in the mouth and hits Northside. We got ourselves a battle right here, Rick Beach, and a nice job by Harris County going 80 yards for the touchdown drive.
And it started with the first play. You had Levi Watson on that first play of the drive, and that just kind of gave this confidence back to this Harris County offense. And then, Northside had the chance at the interception, and when you get a second life, you take advantage of it.
Extra point on the way is up, and it is good. And Harris County scores a touchdown on a 20-yard run for Mr. Yeoman. And you see, he reminds me like a Derrick Henry. Once he gets an open space, you're not going to catch him. And the way he just breaks through 3 or 4 people, it looks like he's not even getting touched, even though these guys are getting a hand on him. He's so powerful, and he scores a touchdown. Now, guess what? It's Northside's turn to respond.
Yeah,
and let's see what Caden Clay and Kingston Rivers and this Patriots offense can do after responding, tying the game, and then Harris County going right down the field on them again.
Yeah, both these teams have really, obviously we've seen Harris County the last couple of weeks. They've been in some slugfest. We saw it with Sandy Creek, Russell County, and to an extent the second half against Howard. And Northside in the same boat. They've had some tough games. They went against a great LaGrange team that's very physical. We've seen them with Sumter County. So, you know, both these teams have been in dogfights, but they in a backyard brawl right now.
Harris County set to kick off from their own 40. Rivers and Brooks in the backfield. And short kick, it's going to be bounced and returnable for Brooks Jr. Brooks makes one man miss, stutter steps, still on his feet. And then we have a flag. Either it's going to be holding.
Got 2 flags.
2 flags. So it's either going to be holding or, I didn't look like a face mask.
I didn't think so. I couldn't see with the back to us. It looked like it had Bishop Adams was out there maybe. But I didn't think he grabbed a face mask on it, but we'll see shortly when the white hat, they're having a discussion. Had flags coming from both sides, one from the 50, one from the 20. It looked like they met in the middle with them.
We'll see what the discussion is going to be about.
The whole.
And they're going to say black in the back against Northside. And that's going to push them back, and they're going to start now at their own 27-yard line. So
you have to feel a kickoff's going to break against Harris County. Northside, that's 2 that they've had where they've almost broke them.
And the thing is, they got guys like Brooks and Rivers who have returned touchdowns. And Harris County, one of their Achilles heels has been special teams, especially kickoff. So we'll see if they can manage to not give up that big return. But now it's up to Caden Clay. This is turning into a slugfest. And let's see if Clay can match his arm and talent, can match the legs of what has been Levi Watson, the MVP of this game. Aside from that interception, he's done a lot with his legs, and one of the main reasons why Harris County's up by 7.
Yeah, you know, sell that when he was up at Lambert coming out, you know, he ran the ball a lot, but you just figure that was the JV. They ran it last year, but no success. Here we go.
Pitch to Kingston Rivers. Kingston still on his feet, gets about 3 or 4 yards where he's pummeled to the ground.
Yeah, big Josh Jones come in and hit him there at the end. And, you know, got a pretty good shot on his back. Might have knocked the breath out of Mr. Rivers.
Caden Clay gets it out quick. Devon Scott carries a couple people for a Northside first down. And when you see Clay in rhythm like he is, for one, his poise, we said it, he looks like an elite quarterback. He looks like a guy that's going to be playing to the next level. The way he throws the football, the way it comes out so smoothly, and he's done a great job. Aside from that early interception, he's done a good job getting Northside back in this game, getting the ball out quickly to his playmakers like Scott.
Yeah, you can just tell he's in control of the situation. When he just has that presence to him where he's in control.
Clay is going to have to run. Yeoman chasing him. Clay is just going to smartly throw that one out of bounds, and it's going to make it second down now.
When's Yeoman going to take a break? Just had this long touchdown run.
And now he's running after a quarterback.
Now he's blitzing quarterbacks and getting the job done both sides.
Thank you again to our sponsors that make these live streams possible. Jackson tries to do something with nothing, and in on that tackle was number 3, Talon Askew, along with the 3 or 4 other Tigers, and
we
no
finally
gain.
got to see the defensive line. Had T.J. Johnson coming from that defensive tackle position and really causing that run to kick it to the outside, and Talon Askew come in and cleaned it up for him.
It is definitely windy here. It feels like fall weather, but it's saying there's about 50, 60% chance of rain coming here at around 8 or 9 o'clock. Thankfully, we're underneath the roof, because if we were in Harris County,
we'd be getting wet.
We'd be getting rained on. But I love Harris County.
Yeah. Big third down for both sides.
Clay is going to throw it, and open was number 1, Aaron Osborne. I mean, he was wide open. D-Rock Brooks, Coach Brooks, was not happy with one of his secondary members as Osborne was open by 10 yards, and Clay overshoots him. He did get some hands on it, but it's 4th down, and big break right there for
You
Northside.
saw a blitz coming from Harris County on that play, but they didn't get to the quarterback. But you did see it looked like it was Christian Olsen coming from his linebacker position. But we haven't seen this defensive line causing the havoc that we've seen all season from this Harris County defense. And that was a play I expected to see it on.
And here's the punt. Pretty good punt. That's going to get a north side roll, and it's going to go all the way down to this 14-yard line. Good punt right there. And that's where Harris County is going to set up shop. And if the rain does come, this sets up in favor for the running team. Now, Northside likes to run a lot, but obviously they're more of a spread-type finesse team, as Harris County, they'll play in the mud.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Northside's willing to do that too if it does start to rain.
You got two ways to attack this if you're Harris County. You can try to get some points, and you get the ball at halftime so you can double up on possessions right here, score before half, get the ball after half, or you can try to just get the halftime up by seven points.
And Watson's going to keep it again. Watson gets 3-4 yards right there, and Watson basically becoming a running back right now in this game. He's got at least close to 10 carries already in this first half.
It has to be the most he's ran all season. And you can see they came in with the game plan of letting him do that. So, it's just coaches watching film, and we'll see at halftime adjustments made on both sides. It looks like Harris County is kind of with Big Yeoman in the backfield.
And good job by Northside. Another Levi Watson carry, and maybe gets 1.5 yards, close to 2. So it's going to be a big third down. Northside trying to get the ball back. Still enough time if they can get a stop here to try to tie this game, as it's only 14-7, even though if you look at time of possession and yards, that's all in favor of the Tigers.
I'm surprised Harris County's not running the clock more, and surprised Northside ain't calling a timeout to try to, preserve any kind of seconds they can save.
Second, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, then they're going to give it to Matei right here.
Shotgun. And they are going to give it to Yeoman, and Yeoman's going to break it. Yeoman makes a man miss, and Yeoman gets a big first down. If anything, even if Harris County doesn't score here, they keep the ball out of the hands of Northside and can take it in the half up by at least 7.
And we said Harris County gets the ball after the break, so you can, just kind of steal a possession away.
Watson, nice job setting up the screen, and Ogletree gets 6 yards, but a good job Levi letting that play set up to turn into a positive game.
Yeah, that's once you complete it, it's equivalent to a nice little run. But anytime you put the ball in there, nobody's in possession of it, so it's kind of a scary situation if you're Harris County if you are trying to run the clock out.
Levi's going to keep it again, and Levi was 1 tackle away from getting another 30-yard gain, and I'm pretty much going to guess it, but I think he's got to be over 100 yards now rushing, and I don't think he's had a 100-yard game rushing for the entire game, let alone in one half.
Yeah, it's just big holes that are gashing open, and here they go just running it again with Yeoman.
Yeoman is going to bounce to the outside, and there goes Yeoman. Yeoman does his own stutter step. There is a flag way back here at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line, and they're going to call holding on Northside, and that's going to negate a big Yeoman run. And now if you're Coach Watson, you're going to go back 10 yards. That run would have set you up with 42 seconds left in Northside territory. Take a few plays in the end zone, maybe get a field goal. Now you don't want a turnover. do you just play this out and go to half up by 7?
Yeah, you're going to have to just give it to your running backs. Like we said, I was trying to say earlier with the pass, you know, what 3 things could happen to a pass and only one's good. It's going to be incomplete, intercepted, or your guy can catch it. So let's just, you know, if you're Harris County, you want to just run the ball right here and not risk a turnover that could be detrimental right now. This Q come in.
By the way, Calvary's already up 20-0 in the first quarter on Creekside. Richard Holdred is there. And the rain is starting to come down now.
I was wondering what all the murmuring was going on.
I was checking the weather. It looked like it was about 10%. Then all of a sudden, about 45 minutes ago, it turned in about 60, 70%. Again, thank you to our sponsors, including Columbus Lions. Thank you for being a big sponsor of ours. And we're going to take a quick break. It's Thrift Behringer and Rick Beach, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Harris County versus Northside. We'll be back after this. .23 seconds left. And I think if you're Harris County, rain coming down, let's just go ahead and take this to the half.
Quarterback power and just take it in.
They're going to hand off to Walker. Walker, that's a pretty decent hole. Still on his feet.
Flag.
But another flag, and I'm wondering this is going to be on Harris County again. There is a Northside helmet rolling around.
You have to think some kind about his hands got in the face.
Yeah. So, just heard on the broadcast, I don't know if you heard the PA announcer, but it is raining, and they're saying if you leave the stadium, the only way you come back in is if you buy another ticket.
And there's not
so basically, don't leave.
Well, on the visitor side, there's no cover.
Yeah.
So they're just saying if you're on that side, you got to buy another ticket to come back in.
And it's starting to come down now.
Yeah, a little ridiculous, but you know that's the home field advantage you get. Even at a shared stadium in Columbus with Northside.
And it looks like that's going to be it's going to be unsportsmanlike.
Do you take a shot here?
Now you're in Northside territory with 16 seconds left. But like you said, with it raining, do you want to take the chance?
I would do quarterback power up the middle, put 2 hands on the ball, go into halftime and dry off a little bit.
16 seconds left. And that's exactly what they're probably going to do as Walker still running, still on his feet. As Coach Watson, he is going to call a timeout. 9 seconds left. You get another quick 10-yard gain. You can set up for a field goal. You still got 2 timeouts left.
You could try to run again, or you could, try to get ran in a one-on-one situation, which I don't see any way Northside allows that to happen. And try to throw it past the Ogletree in the end zone, and possibly you have a big body. Tim Hudson got the touchdown last week. Try to hit your tight end.
And as you can see right now, it is coming down here. And we're hoping that it stops. Trying to check the weather. Bob Jeswald, if you're watching, Derek Kincaid, give us a shout out. Let us know, is this rain going to stop?
Does Kurt Schmidt still do the weather in Columbus?
No, he's no longer.
Look,
That's 20 years ago.
I think I've been in it. Well, I know in 2013 he was doing it because he was I was at the police department. He got pulled over. But it's that's the last thing I saw from him. But, yeah, I think I've been in Harris County too long.
Northside students who are pinked out. So are Harris County students.
Crazy formation. We've seen this before. Last week they ran this formation on a touchdown.
And they're going to throw
double
it.
Pass.
It is going to be a double pass. He throws it up. There's a man open. And I don't think he had enough time. The ball is probably a little slippery, but if he was able to get a little more air under it,
that was Tim Hudson deep.
Hudson would have probably scored a touchdown right there. If anything, got him really close to a field goal. Now with it 2 seconds left, you probably are not going to kick a 50-yard field goal. You're just going to throw the Hail Mary and hope that your guys can make a play.
I don't even know if they would probably do that. Looks like they're bringing
Just
in some hands team.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a conservative mindset myself. But
you're up by 7. Why take a chance with it raining?
Strip sack,
anything that could hurt your team.
Right. They're going to call timeout again. Yeah, you're just on that fringe. You know, it's too far for a field goal if you're going to try to sneak some points in right here.
By the way, if you do leave the game, or you have people there and they're like, we don't want to stay in the rain, tell them it's okay. They can just watch on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Yeah,
by the way, thank you to our sponsors. If you want to be a sponsor and you see the graphics near the scoreboard, the guys that make this possible, Behringer Construction, LLC. If you're all your home remodeling needs, contact Glenn Behringer at 706-249-1099. We're going to try to get you some score updates around the area.
Real quick, I'd like to have one score update. The flag football team in Harris County last night.
Go ahead. Shout out to Zach Moss.
Coach Zach Moss beat a good Central Carrollton team.
Nice.
That they were runner-up in the state, the level ahead of Harris County, how they do the levels are 1 through 3A, 4A through 5A or something. So Central Carrollton was a runner-up last year at state. Harris County beat them 14-7 up at West Forsyth last night.
So we're going to have one more play here. See if they're just going to, nope, they are going to throw it. And Levi just take the sack.
Yards.
Loses about 30 yards. So, but still a great half by Levi Watson. Did a lot with his legs. And after the end of the first half, Levi's getting up a little gingerly. We hope he's okay. Harris County leads 14-7. We're going to take a break. It's Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia Alabama Sports Live's coverage of a big region matchup. Harris County 5-1 versus Northside 4-2. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here, Threat Behringer, Richard Beach. I can call him Richard Beach. How about that?
There we go.
Got to sports, and I'm just going to say it, part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we had a really good first half. Northside gets the ball first, start moving the ball, and then they throw an interception. Harris County goes right down the field, and Levi Watson does an incredible fake, fakes out everyone, including myself, and scores a walk-in touchdown. Northside comes back and doesn't move the football again. Back-to-back drives that saw it out. Northside, Harris County gets it. They start driving, bring it to the second quarter, 7-0. They get deep in Northside territory, and then a huge interception that led to the Northside getting the ball back at their own 20, and they drove all the way down the field for the touchdown to tie the game. Harris County gets it right back, and Levi Watson, he's been the story of the first half. Over 100 yards rushing easily, and did an excellent job in that second drive, making plays with his legs. Yeoman goes untouched in the end zone, and that's where we stand, 14-7. What are some of your keys of that first half?
Well, it's the running game, and not from who we were expecting. Matei had a great first half, but you look at Levi Watson's running game. Now, he lost yards on that last play of the half, just protecting the ball, it looked like. But the Levi Watson on the zone reads, and just even some quarterback power was very impressive. And this first possession for Harris County come out of the break is a pivotal possession for both teams.
Northside got the ball in the first half, so the second half is going to be Harris County. And we are about ready to rumble.
Yeah.
This is a back-and-forth game that has been dominated by Northside over the last few seasons.
Right.
Last year, it was close in that first half. Second half is when Northside dominated. But here's the thing. Harris County's been a second-half team. They got off to a hot start against Sandy Creek, but really wore them down in that second half. Same thing when they played Shaw. Now, Northside, can they respond? They need a big stop because really Harris County, aside from a turnover, has moved the ball almost in every possession they've had it, and they're going to start here in the second half.
Yeah, this is where you get to see the mettle of the team. You get to see the heart of a champion from Northside. Down to halftime, how do they respond coming out in the second half? Defending region champs, now you have to put your flag down and say, you know, we are the defending champs, and we ain't going to just take this laying down.
Weather's starting to clear up. Feels fantastic.
How many people went to their cars to try to get back in?
Well, if you can't get back in, I would not pay probably another $10, $12 to get in this game. It's okay. You can just watch it from the comfort of your own home.
That's
on
right.
the Georgia Alabama Sports Live YouTube channel and Facebook page. All right, here we go. This is what Friday Night Football is all about under the lights here at Kinnett Stadium. 5-1 Harris County, 4-2 Northside. Their first region game against each other. Calvary is just putting it to Creekside. Last time I saw it was 34-0. Brookstone upsetting the #1 team in the GIAA, Pacelli, 14-7. And they were driving last time I saw, and it's still the first half for both of those games. We'll try to get the Central update. Central and Dothan are tied at 7. Remember, they just started at 8 o'clock, so they're still in the first quarter. And good job by the kicking team of Northside. And here we go. Levi Watson, the young man who can make a lot of plays with his legs and his arm. He's been efficient. Levi Watson has 228 yards rushing on the season before this game, 4 touchdowns. He's almost hit the halfway point of his total yardage the entire year in that first half. Oh, easily over 100 yards, a rushing touchdown, and he's done a great job. Yeoman also has a rushing touchdown. He's got 458 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. And the inside handoff to Big Yeoman.
Yeah, you see more of the same from Harris County. You know, it's pivotal on both sides. We mentioned that coming out of the break. And you can see Harris County's going to go to their bread and butter right off the bat.
Watson also has 5 touchdown passes on the year. And Yeoman, this is what you see from him. In the 3 Harris County games we have done, Sandy Creek, Shaw, and Russell County, he starts getting a lot of his yards in the second half. He wears down the defense, and then those guys that are coming up and making the tackle and really getting hit by him turns into arm tackling, and that's when he starts breaking tackles. So if you're Northside, you got to stand your ground, wrap up, and go blow for blow. One of the biggest running backs in the area, Matei Yeoman. Levi Watson's going to keep it. Watson's going to carry it for a good 7-yard game, and they're getting 5 or 6 yards of carry here in the start the second half.
Really good lead block by Matei on that play. In a designed quarterback run, Matei being the lead blocker, and made the first guy hit the hole, and there you go with a big first play of the drive, the series. They're trying to get Rand in the one-on-one situation down here. He's in the slot.
And right now there's no safety over top. See if they're going to go to him. They like going power, 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 and then bouncing it to the outside or going one-on-one action with Ogletree.
And Sevilla in the H-back lets you think it.
But they're going to hand it to Yeoman, and Yeoman bounces off a tackle, runs through another man, and gets an easy 12-yard gain. And this is what we talk about. You got to be able to wrap him up, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to get in front of this big man. By the way, Northgate's upsetting McIntosh 15-7.
In McIntosh, that's like I said, these are the 5. It's a 5-team region, but there's 4 teams that are going for that top spot, and all 4 are capable of winning the region.
And all 4 will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think pretty much Northgate, Harris County, Northside, and McIntosh know they're going to make the playoffs. Now it's about seeding.
Yeah, and you really want that first or second seed,
Yes.
especially the first seed.
Especially that means you get to host 2 home playoff games. Yeoman gets it again. Yeoman, big hit right there.
Flag.
Good job by number 24 for Northside, Cordary Bell, coming and laying the boom on Yeoman, but not before a 5-yard gain. But there is a penalty, and I think this is going to go against the Tigers, and it's going to be holding.
Yeah, we mentioned it, Harris County's offense, if you're going to run the ball, penalties really, really do set you back.
By the way, out of the 875 passing yards the team has, this is Harris County, 493 of them are to Rand Ogletree. And he's now over 500, and he's maybe on his way for a 1,000-yard season. So you know where they're going with the football. It's a one-man show on that receiving court. And Watson gets absolutely nothing. And now it's 2nd down and long, and that penalty could come up costly and really hurt the way this positive drive had started.
Right there, Matei was really moving the ball well, working into runs with Levi. You don't want to have obvious passing downs if you're Harris County, because like you mentioned, everybody knows Harris County's going to go to Rand Ogletree, and as we saw earlier in the obvious passing down, they put the safety over the top and forced the interception.
2nd down and 20 now. When are we going to start seeing Watson throwing the ball down the field? He's done it a couple times. One was an interception. They're going to hand it off to Quay Walker. Quay Walker bounces it and gets almost to the line of scrimmage to set up 3rd and 12 now for Harris County. Is this 4-down territory, Rick, early in this second half? Are you playing this for a run and then going for it on 4th down, or are you trying to go for the 1st down here on 3rd down?
The only way I would go for it if I was Harris County on 4th down, if you can get into a yard type situation where you could run that power T, give it to Yeoman, and try to get some yardage, the yard that way. But I think you're throwing it right here, and you got to go to Rand.
And if you don't get it, don't put your defense in a bind. They played so well. Why not back them up, play the field position game, and flip the script on Northside? And no, we're going to have a timeout. Coach Watson doesn't look happy, and we're going to take 1-2. Thrift Barringer, Rick Beach, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, Harris County, and Northside. Welcome back, Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And a big third down here in the second half, 14-7, Harris County, 3rd and 12. Me and Rick were just talking about, is this 4-down territory? Rick thinks they should go for it. I do too, and make it a throw-in down. But they're going to hand it off to Quay Walker, and Quay Walker bounces to the outside. Good blocking from Rand Ogletree, but not before an excellent tackle by number 7, Xavier Campbell. The free safety comes in on a big tackle. Now it's 4th and 5. Now it's decision time. You see Yeoman coming out. You see big tight end Tim Hudson. Are they going to go power formation on 4th and 5 from the Northside 43-yard line?
Yeah, if they come out in that power team right here, I think Northside's going to have everybody, including the freshman, on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And try to stop this.
Uh-oh. You
14
hear that?
seconds on the play clock.
Both fan bases are getting riled up. This is a big play right here.
I expect a pass out of this formation.
Power formation. They're going to hand it off to Yeoman. Yeoman breaks free and gets the first down. Yeoman.
That's why I'm up here with you and not in the other box.
That is some gutsy play calling on 4th and 5 to do the power I formation and just say, your best against our best. We don't think you can stop us. And now they're going hurry up. Another power I formation. Hand off to Yeoman. This time goes on the other side. And good job by that north side defensive line.
3 or 4 yards right there.
But falls down for 3 yards. Yeah.
I'm thinking Harris County might have only had 10 men on the field. Hudson limped off, and I didn't see anybody. They could have snuck in. I didn't see nobody coming off the sidelines. As I think I'm dead wrong because Holden Hayak's in there from the defensive line over at tight end now. But I didn't see him come in. I was wondering what was going on. Again in the power tee.
Is this 1955 or what right now? Hand off to Yeoman again, and good job coming up making a huge tackle led by number 24. That man again, Cordary Bell, and number 9, Chris Coleman, the safeties. And it's going to be 3rd down and long.
I'm telling you, when that power tee, if they keep running the ball like they are out of it, you can see Northside really attacking. They're going to pull it back and throw it a matter of time. And you have to think Sevilla's going to be open.
If you're watching right now on Facebook, like the Georgia Alabama Sports Live page. You're on the GAS Live broadcast page. Go to Georgia, it's spelled out Alabama Sports Live. Like that Facebook page, like the one you're on now, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, why not go ahead and subscribe while you're watching this? We need your support. Hand off to Quay Walker. Quay Walker's going to bounce to the outside, but there's a holding. That definitely was. And that was on Darnell Brooks, the leading receiver for Northside and safety / cornerback. And that's going to move them back 10 yards, and it's going to make it 3rd and 17 now for Harris County. They keep shooting themselves in the foot on a drive that has had a lot of promise to it. You overcome the 1st and 20, and now you're down 3rd and 17.
Yeah, and I really don't think there's much, if you're Harris County, what play you call other than what we've seen them do already with the tunnel screen to Rand Ogletree. I don't see any way you get him in man-to-man right here, a one-on-one situation.
Right. Please share this video. If you're watching, all you got to do is share it. If you share it, I know when you share it. And I got some gift cards I'm going to be giving away. So please share this video so you get a chance and you can watch our show. We were live from Happy Hour Bar and Grill. Rick Beach, you were on with me and Richard. So check out our show on Sundays and Tuesdays. Levi Watson is running for his life. Now he's back 30 yards. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. And that looks like it's going to be intentional grounding. And they're going backwards, but a great job by that Northside Patriots front just getting after Mr. Levi Watson.
He might have been out of the pocket, but the ball didn't make it to the line of scrimmage, and I don't see a receiver was in the area. You got to think that was a called run, and he just kind of improvised and threw it downfield to prevent a massive loss where,
Huge.
There's another drop. So, yeah, there is going to be an intentional ground. The White Hat just dropped the flag.
If you want to be a sponsor of ours, contact me, Thrift Behringer. I'll make sure you can get your graphic up here and be a part of our coverage. We've already done 20 games. We've done Pacelli, Brookstone, Calvary, Glenwood, Harris County, Shaw, Northside, Jordan, Carver, Spencer, Hardaway,
Flint River,
Glenwood, I mean, we've done every team around the area, and we still got a bunch more. You can be a part of us, and we're also going to do basketball, baseball, softball. We got so many other sports we'll do for the rest of this year. Let's see what the flag's on.
There's a long discussion if it's just the.
Yeah, and it looked like he's about to do the personal foul penalty. Personal foul is declined. Intentional grounding is accepted, and that's going to make it 4th down and a mile, and Harris County is going to have to punt.
You're going to need a good punt right here from Christian Tamayo if you're Harris County. You really flip this field possession. I mean, you're going to need a bomb right here because Kingston Rivers is going to be returning it.
Yeah. And I tell you what, the last person you want to kick to in this area is number 4 in the blue and red and white.
You better have some hang time on and give your guys time to get down there.
It's 4th and 40. And that punt had a over end kick. Decent punt, not much of a bounce. And it's going to be decent field position for Northside.
Almost got into the original line of scrimmage.
So Harris County, positive drive, turns into nothing because of penalties. And that's going to give Northside the ball back now with a chance to tie the game. And this is where, if you're Caden Clay, you want to take from really good quarterback to star-level quarterback. By the way, he's only a junior, ladies and gentlemen. This guy still got another year. But this is the game and this is the half that you can put everyone on notice. You are that guy. And he's going to keep it. He's going to bounce it to the outside and does a good job getting 6 or 7. He's showing that he can do it with his legs, too. A little bit of zone read, just like Watson on the other side. We got a quarterback battle here at Kinnett.
Yeah, we do. That's a really good zone read. Read the end again and just picked up, positive yardage, keep the drive going.
2nd down. Northside, Harris County, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Thrift Behringer alongside my partner, Rick Beach. Richard Aldridge is at Calvary calling that game, and it's homecoming, and it's been a smackdown for Calvary Christian, and a good job by Harris County.
T.J. Johnson blew that up.
By T.J. Johnson, the big man coming and just laying the wood that make it 3rd down and 8. Loss of 3 yards.
This is when you have to ask yourself if Northside's going to throw it, or is this where we see Bishop Adams and Holden Hyatt come in there and cause the havoc that they've been causing from their end positions on defense?
So
this Northside offensive line's done a great job of neutralizing them.
4 men out. Screen pass to Rivers. Rivers. Somehow the offensive lineman caught it, and I think that's definitely going to be
illegal touching.
Yeah, illegal touching. And I think it hit Rivers, but bounced to the lineman. And the lineman's like, well, heck, I got it now. I might as well try to run for the first down.
Big man with the football. Always the most entertaining play in football is anytime a 50, 60, or 70 number man gets his hands on the ball.
The offensive coordinator for Northside is not happy with that possession as their defense got a big stop, and now they're going to have to punt the ball right back to Harris County with 3:23 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
We just brought it up with Bishop and Holden. Holden Hyatt on the screenplay. They release him, but he gets to the quarterback so quick, he upsets the timing of the screen pass. It causes the incompletion, and here we are with the punt. Now, last time Rand let the ball bounce, and we saw it roll, 15, 20 yards. Is he going to try to catch this one and return it? And we've seen 2 bad snaps to the punter.
And a booming kick. I mean, and a heck of a Northside bounce. Yeah. And that's going to go all the way down to the 3-yard line. Incredible punt. That's close to 70 yards, actually over 70 yards. And a nice job by the punter for the Northside Patriots. Thank you to our sponsors, Behringer Construction LLC, Terry Johnson Agency, Alliance Specialty Contractors, the Menifee Agency, Derek Moxley Concrete Services. Thank you, Derek Moxley, and the support for us. Kutsu Sports, Sports Visions. You can listen to me and DJ Jones on the Sports Visions radio show, 4 to 6 p.m., 92.1 Smooth R&B. We talk all things sports around the area. We'll be covering the Georgia-Kentucky game. We'll be in Athens tomorrow. Thank you to them. The Columbus Lions, Morehouse School of Medicine, Thank you all for everyone that has supported our stuff and what we do here. We appreciate you so much. And PNB Broadcasting, Q1073, Kiss the 99.3. Matei Yeoman keeps it. Matei Yeoman runs it. And he's getting, like I said, 7-8 yards a pop. I wouldn't do anything other than just give it a 43 at this point.
If you could keep the positive yards, is this a flag? We got a whistle down here. Injury timeout. Yeah, if you're Harris County, if you can keep the positive yards, you can run the ball every play. It's when you get those penalties and it sets you back that you get behind the sticks and it causes you to kind of mix up what you want to do. But I believe wholeheartedly that Harris County right now, Coach Watson would love to just run this ball 97 yards and take about 10 minutes off the clock while doing it.
Right. By the way, another sponsor, Roger Beck and Pacelli Vikings. They support what we do. They've been a supporter of mine. I enjoy being the play-by-play announcer for their men's and girls basketball programs. And I love what they represent over at Pacelli, one of the top schools in the area. We appreciate their support of ours and Pacelli Athletics. Being a supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And if, again, you want to be a sponsor and a supporter of what we do here for these kids, please contact us. This is a great exposure for kids to get to the next level. I got a text from Corey Black, the AD from Pacelli. We're doing a CB Hoops Prep Practice Fall League, and it's basketball right now in the fall. Basically exhibitions for these players to get ready for the upcoming season. Well, we had Central's Jacoby Hill, one of the top players in Alabama, Tony Montgomery of Carver. They were going at each other, and I was calling the game, and it was a lot of fun. It felt like a playoff game in an exhibition. And I got a text from Corey saying, by the way, Troy coaches were watching that game, and they came down this weekend to recruit both those players. And that's the main reason why we do this. We want players at the next level, and you never know who's watching. All right, hand off to Yeoman. Yeoman breaks it to the inside, and like I said, when you're getting 10, 15 yards a pop, why do anything else, Rick?
Yeah, that's your bread and butter. That's your calling card. You're in the later stages of the third quarter right now with the lead, and that's what you want with Matei. That's what your MO is. Like I said earlier, when you pull out your ID, you know what it says. You know who you are. You're a running team, and Yeoman is your guy. So, I don't see why they'd mix it up other than to give him a break and hand it to another running back. But they'd have to just run the ball right here. I mean, look at Northside loading up the box.
Which I don't blame them.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Brookstone leads Pacelli 14-7. Number one Pacelli going down. And look at Yeoman is just eating. But there is a flag. There is a flag. And I'm wondering if this is going to be holding on Harris County, especially when they're not moving. And it looks like by the body language of the offensive line from Harris County, it is going to be a holding. So, again, you get back-to-back 15-yard gains from Yeoman, and then you start now 2nd and 20, and it just puts you behind the stick. But at this point, if you're still getting 8 yards of carry for Yeoman, you still got 4 downs. I don't care if it's 1st and 20. Don't get away from what is working.
Right. Absolutely. You're right. You got 6 yards, 7 yards, then 10, 12 yards. Why back away from that? And even you hate getting the penalty, but even then now he's still getting a little bit of a break. Because
of where the penalty was called, it's only going to be 1st and 15 because it was called on 5 yards in. It's going to hand off to Yeoman again, and Yeoman just breaking tackles, jumping over defenders, and moving the pile and carrying it, and gets 20 yards on that carry. And if you're Northside at this point, and Northside knows this, it's not rocket science. They're just playing smash-mouth bully football, and right now they're winning inside the trenches. Yeah, right now if you want to know what it's like to tackle Matei, get in the back of a pickup truck and jump on a stop sign because that's what it feels like. Northside down 14-7. Harris County driving with 1:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Rain has stopped. It probably only rained for about, 45 minutes? Yeah. Yeoman again. Yeoman, even when he looks like he's getting nothing, still gets 6 yards. He does a great job of keeping the legs churning. You see the legs continue to move, and then the pile gets there, and it just moves with it. And as much as Harris County's done a great job controlling this game, Northside's only down by 7. they're still in this, Rick. And if they can get a turnover or get the ball back with their explosive offense and Caden Clay, this game's far from over with. We do have an injury timeout, and we're going to take 1-2. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach. Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here, Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook, guys. We're going to be doing this a lot. We cover all middle school, high school, college, and pro around the area. Live streaming. We got our own show. Also, Sports Visions, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, all in one. And heck, even throw Katsu Sports in there, too.
They was in the backfield on that one.
Yeoman gets hit in the backfield and still gets 3 or 4 yards to make it 3rd and short.
And this is where you want to live if you're Harris County. You could deal with 3rd down if you're Harris County, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. So if you're Harris County, you're okay in this situation.
And you know what else? You're keeping the ball out of the hands of guys like Kingston Rivers,
right?
Caden Clay, Jay Jackson, the Darnell Brooks Jr. of Northside, and that explosive offense. And they're about to run this quarter out. Yeoman carries for another 1st down, and that's going to probably does stop the clock for the 1st down, but as soon as they set, Harris County has no rush to make another play, and we're going to head to the 4th quarter already, and it's not even 9 o'clock. Harris County dominates time of possession. No one scores. We still have a 7-point game. Harris County's driving, Northside and Harris County. We got a good one here at Kinnett. Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this. All right, welcome back here. 4th quarter about to start. We have a good one, low-scoring game. Harris County, just got it from my stats department, had the ball 10 minutes of the 12-minute quarter in that 3rd quarter. Didn't score a touchdown, but they literally kept the ball out of the hands of the playmakers of Northside, and that's got to be a win for Coach Watson.
Absolutely, and you've gone right now. Another big game.
Again, they're hitting him right when he gets the ball deep in the backfield, but they're not bringing him down, and he's just going around like a pinball and getting 3-4 yards still. You want to get a big loss. That's what Northside needs right now.
Yeah, they're getting to him in the backfield, but they just can't bring him down. Remember, this drive started on the 3-yard line for Harris County. You're already past the 50 and hadn't thrown a pass yet. All Mateo Yeoman.
Taking as much time off the clock as he can. Yeoman
Pushing
just
people
pushing the pile. There is a flag, and I'm wondering that's going to be on Harris County for an illegal push.
Well, you can't pull, you can push.
Yeah. I'm wondering what that's going to be on.
It's probably another hold on Harris County. We've seen about every third successful run as a flag. Chop block.
So waiting on the call. Calvary on their homecoming night, 34-0, going to 4-3. We did game day there. Thank you to Coach Steve Smith and Coach Emmanuel Brunson, Coach Jonathan Gordon. And
I thought he said chop block, but they just announced a sideline violation.
I'll tell you what, the White Hats getting his steps in. For the amount of times he has to run to both coaches to explain every call.
Right. I wish he could run up here and explain it to us.
Yeah. Or at least have a radio call and radio it up to us like, hey guys, this is what happened.
I know y'all sound like a couple idiots right now. Here's what's going on.
Second down, they're going to wave off that flag.
So is it going to be another run? They got Quay and they got Q in the game. Q Walker in that running back.
One-on-one action for Ogletree. Watch that. But they're going to hand it to Walker, and Walker.
The little man got his legs turning there.
But good job, led by number 44 for Northside, Chris Pearson, the defensive end. He was one of those that led the Patriots to that tackle to make it third down. Big third down now. Northside needs to pin their ears back and get a big stop. If you're Harris County, you could run this drive for another 4 or 5 minutes and go up by 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a tall task, especially when you have the ball now. If that happens, out of the 14 minutes, you've had it 12 here in the second half.
They got that power formation, so they might just run it twice and try to get the first down.
Hand it off to Yeoman. Yeoman
or once.
Keeps going, and Yeoman gets another first down. This has been a debilitating, just take your will drive for Harris County. Northside not giving up big plays, but they're giving up 3-4 yards per carry and going first down after first down after first down, and the clock's still running.
Yeah, if you're Harris County, you got to get points on this drive. Now, could you imagine the deflation if something was to happen on this drive after holding it? For now, you had 8 minutes.
And turn the ball over. And then Northside comes down and scores quickly. I mean, that's the thing about momentum, man.
You've gone 50, 60, you've gone 60 yards right here. And, God, they had 8 minutes on the clock when they got the ball left in the third quarter.
And off to Walker. And there's another penalty. I mean, you said it, every 3 plays. And there's another flag, and this one's going to be probably a late hit, extracurricular activities on the side of Northside. So I wonder if these are going to both offset.
Yeah, it's you got both student sections are being live. This is a great high school football game in this area.
Great atmosphere
tonight. The atmosphere, the weather. You know, it's a rivalry game. You know, it's a little early for a rivalry game as far as you would expect this to be later in the year, your last region game. But to me, I kind of like the idea of starting your region playoff in a big-time game like this before you played Northgate and McIntosh. And we haven't mentioned Drew.
Yeah.
They are in the region, but Drew is really playing up. They're probably a 3A school.
They're out of their element.
Right. They are out of their element. In most sports, it happens. So we didn't forget about them when we're mentioning it. But let's just face it, there's 4 teams that can have a legit shot at winning this region, and 2 of them are playing tonight right here in Columbus.
So a face mask penalty is going to be on Harris Northside.
That's big.
And I don't know what the other flag was on. I thought there was maybe a holding on Harris County. But that's going to be
from different angles.
Right. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to start Harris County now into the red zone, and they're going to start. That looked like it may have been back-to-back 2 unsportsmanlike penalties is what it was. And now it's first and goal at the 9 for Harris County.
Don't get fancy. You've gone 80 yards. Don't get fancy now. Run the football if you're Harris County.
Grandma said it. When something's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And just hand it off. A walk-in touchdown. Q Walker. And Harris County keeps the ball for close to 12 minutes of game time and goes right down the field, 13 minutes, and scores a touchdown to take a 13-point lead. What a drive right there, Rick.
97 yards.
Unbelievable.
Run the ball every play.
And I forgot that it was a great punt by Northside. That was so long ago. They started their own 3 and go 13 minutes. I don't know how many plays. Got to be close to 20, 25 plays, 97 yards, and a huge back-breaking touchdown for the Tigers.
That's imposing your will on somebody, and that sends a statement across the field going, hey, we're running the ball. We even mentioned it. Put everybody on the team on the line of scrimmage. Harris County, you put 10 in the box, we're still not going to throw it. We're going to give it to 43, give it to 43, then they pop it to number 1, and Q Walker walks it into the end zone with a change of pace, because you got to imagine you hit Yeoman that much, then you get the change of pace back in there. It's a totally different ball game.
Northside still has a chance. 9 minutes and 13 seconds left.
High-power offense.
High-powered offense that scores over 30 points a game. They are this game's far from over with. With their quick strike offense, heck, they could even score on the kickoff return, as we've seen that with Rivers and Jay Jackson. Game's far and over with. But that drive right there, Harris County, great job. Time of possession. I mean, it's got to be – I don't even know if Northside's got it in the double digits at this point, as much as Harris County has had the football. And now they're set for the extra point to go up 21-7. This is how Harris County – if you've never watched them play, this is how they win. Now, Northside, on the other hand, they like getting the ball out quick, up-tempo, scoring 30, 40 points a game with a high-powered offense. Harris County, they want to keep it sluggish. They want to keep it between lower than 30 and make this a defensive battle. And the kick is going to bounce in. No, it is not. They're going to say it bounces outside. I thought that may have bounced inside, but no good. And it's 20-7 Harris County. We're going to take a quick break. Rick Behringer, Rick Beach, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Shout out to Jack Patterson, WRBL. Watch the highlights for this game and all games around the area on WRBL. The prep zone, him and Tyler Redmond. Central leads Dothan 14-7 in the second quarter. Rivers gets a good return, and there is a flag.
You know, that was smart.
I mean, as much as I've seen that yellow flag, they're going to get their money's worth.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the referees.
They have arthritis in the rotator cuff.
They're trying to be the stars of the game today.
You know, Kingston Rivers, as dangerous as he is on a kickoff, for Harris County, if you could run him to the sideline, you know, Deion Sanders said it when he was a player, sideline never missed a tackle. If you could run him to the sideline and just get him out of bounds, and you can see that was the best containment job they've done.
So it's going to be a legal block in the back on Northside. So that good field position is going to be wiped out, and it's going to start at the 17 of Northside. And if you're Caden Clay, let's get a quick strike. Let's get on the board quickly, and let's see. But you also don't – your defense is worn out at this point, so you want to take some time off. But you also are down by 2 scores. Clay, they set out quickly. Low throw. It is incomplete.
You know, we said earlier with Harris County, you know, we mentioned they're comfortable in 3rd and short. You have to think with this explosive offense, Northside's coaches are comfortable calling plays to get some quick strike, explosive plays. So this is not unfamiliar, uncharted territory. You know, they practice 2-minute drill. You just might need to hurry it up on this first drive, but you don't want to go too fast. Like you said, the defense has still got to rest, but they're comfortable in this situation, throwing the ball.
14-7 in the Burchelli game. Brookstone upsetting Burchelli right now. Dave Plata and DJ Jones on the call on BeAViking.com. Caden Clay throws it out. Nice job getting the ball outside. And making a play is Caden Clay. Number 3, Devon Scott, moves the chains, and that's a Northside first down.
Really good play right there. Clay came out. You had the end in coverage. He looked like he was going to take off running. The end bit and left the receiver wide open out in the sideline.
Clay in command of the offense, finally getting some rhythm, as this is only his second possession of the second half. Clay looking, plenty of time, looking still. He's going to use his legs and take off and run. Slides, close to a late hit, but gets 6 yards. Good job, tucking and run, not forcing that, and taking what the defense is giving him. 2nd down and 4 now.
Yeah, it was a really good job right there. It looked like they got a little pressure, pushed him up in the pocket. He just took off running and took what the defense gave him.
Harris County Band traveled all the way down here and still performing. I love the band, the cheerleaders for all teams that we call these for. They set the atmosphere. I know they don't give us much love as the football players, but they make a Friday night what it is. This is why we love high school football.
Absolutely.
And I know with the NIL thing going on, it seems like a lot of the innocence of high school football is going to be taken away. Not in my opinion, because these are still kids and they're still having fun. And he's going to throw it deep. Brooks is open. He comes back to the football, and they're going to call pass interference. Nice job by Darnell Brooks getting behind the safeties of Harris County. If Clay had a little bit more hand on it, Brooks would have scored a touchdown. And there's a pass interference on Harris County. What happened, Rick? He didn't turn his head.
Right, he didn't make a play on the ball. He didn't turn his head to find the ball. He just ran into the receiver. That's going to get called every time, whether it's a perfect pass, short pass, or really uncatchable when you make it that obvious.
Yes. So that's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down for Northside. And Brooks was clapping and saying that they've been doing that all game with the way he reacted to that.
That umpire counts off the penalties the fastest of any official I've ever seen.
It's like he already knows in his head.
Yeah.
He does math at an all-time high.
He just runs at that yard line, brother.
He already knew. He already knew where he needed to be.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator for Northside, I think it's Mr. Harrelson. He's done a great job calling the game this season. Clay gonna throw it up deep again. Nobody's there. And he was trying to run up under it. It's Aaron Osborne. I don't know what Clay was trying to do because he was not open. I guess he was going to try to throw him open, but the safety was on top.
Yeah, Ty Durham stuck with him stride for stride.
I don't know why he made that throw.
He ran him to the sideline and make it a harder catch for the receiver, which, the ball let him. It was a good throw, but, just let him just too far out with the corner having great coverage.
Oh, and we got an official timeout. Looks like we got a cramp for Rand Ogletree. We're going to take a timeout, too. Through Behringer Rick Beach, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. All right, 2nd down now. Clay trying to get on the same page with Osborne, communicating to him. He's going to roll out, throw it to Scott. Scott's got it. He's got open room. Scott takes a boom and gets 20 yards, and it's down at the Harris County 27-yard line. Good pitch and catch from Clay to Scott.
Yeah, beautiful little rollout pass. Had the receiver wide open. Great play design and great execution right there.
And now you're starting into the point where Kingston Rivers hasn't got a lot of love here in that second half because they're down by 2 touchdowns. So obviously they're trying to keep it in the air. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a zone read right here with Rivers. Nope, they're gonna pass. Good pickup by Rivers.
There he is.
But the second one, and a big-time sack.
That's Bishop Adams and Josh Jones come in there. It really got to the quarterback. We said, when's it going to happen? They've been electrifying all year, and Josh Jones and Bishop kind of tag-teamed him right there.
Rivers, great job picking up the blitz, but the defensive ends couldn't be blocked on that one, and a big sack for Harris County to set up 2nd and 20.
Yeah, now if you're Harris County, you want to pin your ears back and try to, keep that pressure on the quarterback, because you don't have to get a sack, but if you can get him off the X, off his mark, and just force some bad throws, you might be able to force an interception. And if you're Northside, you got to do some blitz pickups and be able to throw the ball downfield. Another laundry.
And that's going to be a false start on Northside, and that's going to back them up 5 more yards to make it 2nd and 23 now. But with an offense that's throwing the ball all over the field, I don't think at this point they really care. This is 4-down territory. They need to score a touchdown, and with 6:23 remaining here in this game, time is dwindling down for the Patriots if they want to have a chance to get back in it.
With these skill plays by Northside, I still don't see any need for the coaches to panic.
Clay got plenty of time and gets hammered.
That's Josh Jones coming up the middle.
Josh Jones, back-to-back sacks for the Tigers. And it's going to make it 3rd and 30, and I think there was a man open. Brooks was crossing the field, but Clay didn't have enough time to throw it. Good job, and now you're seeing that defensive line for Harris County, who has been on the sideline for 20 minutes relaxing.
Yeah.
They got a lot of energy now, and they pinned their ears back for 2 huge sacks.
But Adams' helmet did come off, so you just lost your best pass rusher throughout the season for this play.
Adams, the defensive end. Jones, the defensive tackle. Great inside tandem, and another sack. 3 straight sacks for Harris County.
That's Christian Olsen and Josh Jones coming in there. Christian Olsen, the outside linebacker, coming on the blitzes all day and been getting back there, and finally got some. But how about Josh Jones, the big defensive tackle? He's a junior, ladies and gentlemen, a junior, that number 81, and he is a man-child when I tell you.
And looks like Caden Clay is coming up gimpy. I don't blame him. He just got hammered in the back right there. And now Northside is going to take a timeout, and it's 4th and 42. Obviously, you got to go for it, but you just saw miscommunication, and Northside was moving the football well. All of a sudden, their pass blocking just became irrelevant.
It's contagious. Pass rush for Harris County has been contagious. When one of them gets a sack, the other players want to go, and it just raises the intensity. You don't have to get back there. As you said, Northside had the receiver running open, but when Clay can't set his feet and throw it because he's got men coming, the worst pass rushes you've seen from Josh Jones, the worst part, it's coming right in your face.
Yeah.
He sees it coming,
yeah,
and there's nothing he can do but hold the ball. And now if you're Harris County, 4th and 42,
right.
I mean, you're going to set back. But for Northside, which page in your playbook is 4th and 42 on?
Yeah, I don't think you set up for that other than a Hail Mary, and we're going to see what they have here. Thank you to our sponsors.
But
Terry
you got to have time to throw at 42 yards.
Terry Johnson Agency, Allstate, Alex Quinney Agency. Thank y'all so much for your love and support. The Menifee Agency and the Pacelli Vikings, Roger Beck, thank you. 4th down now. And the thing is, these last 3 straight sacks, you obviously don't have a lot of time to be able to get under a throw to throw it 45 yards, Rick.
Yeah.
So that's another problem. So maybe roll them out. But this could be your ball game right here with 5:21 remaining, especially the way Harris County just moved down the field for 12 minutes last drive.
This is a big play. You got Askew. Looks like he's trying to figure out where in this halo scheme he's going to go. 4 DBs deep as they're just going to let him roll out and throw it.
It's just going to heave it, and it's intercepted by Rand Ogletree. Nobody was open, and that may have been and extracurricular activities from Devon Scott, and he's still mad. He's just swiping at people, trash talking. And you got some upset coaches on the north side bench. But at that point, I mean, don't get mad that Ogletree made a great play, and nothing Clay could do at this point. I mean, he just had to throw it up for
Oh,
grabs.
absolutely.
He didn't have a lot of time.
On fourth down, you can't take a sack. You can't throw it away.
And that, guess what? That's also, for Mr. Ogletree, it's like playing center field.
Oh, yeah.
You're just looking where the ball's going to go so you can go intercept
And look,
it.
he's not going to swat that ball down because he knows he's dangerous with the ball in his hands. And when he gets it in his hands, it don't matter where he's at on the field.
Right.
He's thinking 6. So
Harris County's about 2 to 3 first downs away, Rick, from putting this game away and getting a leg up in Region 3 of 5A. Really good region in 5A. 4 really great teams with a lot of potential. In Yeoman, Northgate beating McIntosh at halftime 29-15. So that means after tonight, if the scores still stand for both games, Harris County will be number 1 in the region at 6-1, 1-0. Number 2 will be Northgate at 5-2, 1-0. Number 3 and 4 are two-way tie for third place. Is McIntosh will be 5-2,
Yeah.
0-1. Northside will be 4-3,
And
0-1.
Northgate they play Northside next week.
Yep.
So that sets up a big matchup between, Northgate and Northside. If Northside can't manage to come back in this game,
Right.
that's a must-win to get back into defend your region championship.
Exactly right. Yeoman
No secret here.
and just bullying his way for 3 more yards to make it 3rd and short. And now Northside is going to have to start burning timeouts. They only got 2 left, and there goes 1. We're going to take 1, 2. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach. We got 4:12 remaining. Harris County leading Northside 20-7. Welcome back here, 3rd down, 4:12 remaining. And he's going to hand off to Yeoman, and Yeoman's going to get another 4 yards. And that's a Harris County first down. And I think Harris County's at 1 more first down away from winning this game. So, 4 minutes, clock running. Coach Watson saying take as much time as you need. Players of the game presented by Sports Visions. I think we got a few on our list. And
Well, if you want to do it, for me,
I'm going to call it the Gas Guzzler of the game.
like
GAS, Gas, that's what we stand for, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Gas Guzzler game, player of the game presented by Sports Visions. I would say that defensive line who just pretty much put the nail in the coffin for this game. Yeah. And, of course, Levi Watson, the first half, he was the MVP. Second half, obviously, it's been the second half monster for Harris County. Matei Yeoman.
Yeah, I agree with that defensive line. We kind of said all game, where is the defensive line? Where is the defensive line? Then here we go down. Northside looks like they're about to score. 3 straight sacks. 30 yards lost, 4th and 42.
Right.
And the defensive line said, here we are.
Yeah.
Coach Holbrook does a great job with that defensive line. I just have to throw him a shout out because he does do a great job with them guys.
And shout out to my guy, D-Rock Brooks. He's done a great job with the secondary. And
that's
Sevilla is still running, still going, and he breaks free, and there goes Miguel Sevilla, and he's going to put this one on ice. Cut the lights out here at Kinnett Stadium. Harris County's going to go to 6-1 and 1-0 in region play, and they're putting everybody on notice in Region 3 and in 5A. Harris County is one of the top, not top 25 back spreads. Get it right.
Yeah.
One of the top 10 teams in the area. And guess what? Northside still has a lot to play for. I know it's going to be loss number 3, but they can still get second in the region, still have a chance. They're going to make the playoffs. Their season's far from over with, but this night's going to go to the Tigers.
Yeah, it's your first region loss. You got to think the 5-game winning streak for Harris County and the 2 losses for Northside before this game meant nothing.
Right.
The season
They're
starts
basically
tonight.
0-0 now.
So that game with Northgate next week with Northside is huge. You got Northgate that just beat that could be coming off a win against McIntosh. And then Northside, Harris County looks like they want to go for 2 and having trouble getting a play in. As we're down to 5, probably going to have to call timeout.
By the way,
you look at how big that game is next week with Northside and Northgate. If you're Harris County, you won 2 games last year.
right.
Who even thought Harris County was going to be competitive in games this year?
2-8. Like I said, they're a sleeping giant. When all things go right, Harris County's got the resources, the talent, and they got a great coaching staff to put together a magical season, and we're seeing that. They're going to go to 6-1. And guess what? Northgate and McIntosh, the 2 teams that are vying for also to be the top team in Region 3, are going to be playing at Harris County. We'll be doing that senior night game against McIntosh. Can't wait for that. You got Northgate coming up the 20th. Extra point on the way is up. This one is right down the middle to make it 27-7. If you're watching on Facebook, all we ask is that you like the page. Because once you like the page, you can see all the stuff we do for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Our shows, when we do college games, pro games, middle school, high school, when we go cover stuff. So you want to make sure you keep up all things Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like us on Facebook. Also, subscribe on YouTube. And Harris County is looking to get a huge win.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, like we said, I talked to you about the happy hours the other night. The coaching transition you get, people don't realize how hard that is. You didn't go from the coach on staff taking over. You brought in a whole new scheme.
And that takes time.
It takes time. The 2 wins last year obviously was not, any indication of what was to come. It wasn't the norm. It was Coach Watson instilling his mentality and his toughness on this team.
And same thing with Coach Oropeza.
Right.
He didn't win a region championship in his first season. It was a second or third, and last year went 9-1, 10-2 on the season, won a playoff game. If you fire coaches after 1 year, you're going to be going through a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
Give these guys time to build a foundation. Like people always say, as Brooks returning this one and gets tackled at about the 33. And they just want a penalty.
It's
the
a rivalry.
Northside coaches.
Yeah, Northside coaches
But
won't
like I
want.
was saying, Nick Saban went 7-6 in his first season.
Yes. Kirby went
And
to
lost
the
to
Liberty Bowl.
Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart went to the Liberty Bowl.
Lost to Vanderbilt.
Lost to Vanderbilt. Almost lost to a 1AA school.
Nickel State, I remember that.
You would have fired both of them if you had the mentality you do if you don't win a championship in your first season. So good job by Coach Watson laying the foundation. And guess what? Coach Oropeza and his staff still doing a great job. With all this talent, this team is far. And by the way, they play Northgate. Northgate beating McIntosh right now. So they upset Northgate. They're right back in the thick of things.
Right, absolutely. This is being the first game we said earlier with the rivalry game. You're not out of it if you lose this game. But you just got a leg up if you win it.
Clay trying to make it respectable now. Let's get a touchdown on the board. Only got 1 this game. Incredible job by this Northside. This Harris County defense. And
I think that's what's surprising to people, throughout the state when they look at this explosive offense by Northside. Then they say, they see 7 points,
right.
And they say this Harris County defense, it might have some weaknesses in it, but that defensive line, front 7, you still got Matei and Sevilla. We saw Christian Oltz and that outside linebacker. They got a strength that could carry them for a playoff run.
Northside's 2 losses before this game were to LaGrange, really good 3A school, and Sumter County on the road. Rivers still chugging along, gets 2 yards.
Yeah, we saw Askew come in there and held him up long enough. And then it looked like it was big. Yeah, that was the tail on Askew held him up. And then it was Martez Woods came in there and cleaned it up. Great play by number 40, another defensive lineman. where he plays middle linebacker and some of that hover.
The second half, North Harris County, 13-0.
Fourth down.
And out of 24 minutes, probably had it 19 to 20 of it. Think about that, Rick.
Yeah, we see.
And you can't, no matter how great your offense is, and no matter how fast you score, it's hard when you only have the ball 3 times. It's only the 3rd possession for Northside in this second half.
Yeah, we saw that one drive with Harris County did drive the ball down inside about the 30-yard line, and they had the penalty pushed it back, and it went to the interception. But really, that's the only bad play we've seen out of this Harris County offense, other than, penalties that push you back. They've kept the ball moving forward, and if you could do that, anybody could. You're going to be a good team.
We're going to take a quick break. Thrift Behringer, Rick Beach. We're about a minute away from Harris County taking this one home to go to 6-1, 1-0 in region play. Welcome back. 4th down now for Northside. Could be their final play of the game. Clay sidearms it. Osborne catches it and gets the first down. So Northside still has time to maybe score a touchdown here. But we were just talking with our producer. By the way, the MVP for us for this game, Chris Gates.
Yes.
Producing.
Big time.
Running the camera. You want to know why this is a professional broadcast, why we're a professional company, is having guys like Chris Gates and Toygar on our team.
The little things, the thumbnail.
Yeah, me, Rick Beach, Richard, we love what we do, but we're just talking heads.
Yeah.
They are the reason that they make this possible. And we appreciate them, and we don't want any silliness, and there's a penalty, and nobody needs to get ejected, and Coach Watson is fired up, and he's just like,
get off the field.
Yeah.
It was just some hand fighting. It really wasn't anything too physical, but you got 20 seconds on the clock. Just, let the clock run out and take the victory.
26 seconds remaining.
There goes the fastest yardage count-off we've seen.
The reason I was bringing up Chris, because we were just talking about it's pretty much one of the more impressive games by dominating the trenches. We caught a lot of games around this area, but to thoroughly dominate the defensive line, just manhandling the offensive line for Northside, especially that last drive with 3 straight sacks, and then offensively doing whatever you want. They didn't have to throw the football in the second half because they just ran the ball at will with the offensive line. Great job by Harris County inside the trenches. Clay's got it after that unsportsmanlike penalty on the county. Clay's looking, and just throws it out of play. 16 seconds remaining.
Yeah. You see the Harris County pass rush still being relentless right now, and they're not backing off any going after the quarterback.
So next week, where are we going to be? Well, we'll be at Glenwood as they take on Autauga. And Glenwood, they're beating Monroe, I think, and they're set to go to 7-0. And I don't think we got a doubleheader. We may be doing Smith Station, Auburn. We don't know that for sure yet, but we will keep you up to date. We will be Sunday calling some basketball. So if you like elite level basketball, and that one's going to be over the head of Aaron Osborne, make it 3rd down. So if you love basketball,
yes,
that is it is the event for you. We got teams from Carver, Central, Smith Station, Auburn High School, Russell County, Harris County, Calvary, Pacelli, Brookstone, Glenwood, Hardaway, Shaw. All these schools, all these players that are not playing football, that are elite level basketball players in this fall league. And we got the playoffs starting on Sunday. And then the championship is the following Sunday. So make sure to tune in on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Facebook page and YouTube channel. 3rd down with 11 seconds remaining. Pressure. Clay's going to take another sack. No, he eludes a lot. Looking, just going to throw it up for grabs. And Ogletree. Going to say incomplete. But that's going to be the game. And Harris Harris County. They give the water bath to Coach Watson, and he is celebrating with his team. Harris County set to go to 6-1 and get a huge win over the defending Region 3 champion Northside in this rivalry game. But both teams still got a lot to play for. This is only their first region matchup. And we want to say thank you to everybody that made this possible. All our sponsors, Alliance Specialty Contractors, Terry Johnson Agency, the Menifee Agency, Allstate, Alex Quinney Agency, Morehouse School of Medicine, P&B Broadcasting, Sports Visions, Behringer Construction, Derek Moxley, Concrete Services. Shout out to Big Derek. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that has been helping us out and sponsoring us. We want your sponsorship. We want you to help us. And what we're trying to accomplish here, as there is some extra stuff going on. We just want both. Coaches are doing a good job breaking this up and just getting both teams right now. Has still a lot of intensity. And if you're Harris County, don't do something silly that's going to eject you from the next game.
Absolutely. Or Northside, too. As we said, Northside's got a huge game next week.
Yeah. And Harris County is going to have a bye. Northside's going to play Northgate. Good job by both coaches, just calming down the players. And if you're Harris County, you got a big win. Why let something like this get under your skin? But again, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to everybody that made this broadcast possible. From Rick Beats, Rip Behringer, Chris Gates, our gas guzzler MVPs of the game, Matei Yeoman and Levi Watson, and that defensive front and offensive line, the whole unit getting a shout out for me. Great win by Harris County. And we will see you next week. Everyone have a safe, wonderful weekend. Go Braves, go Falcons, go Crimson Tide, War Eagle, go Dogs. And we will see you on Sunday for the CBU's Perfect Practice Fall League. Thank you so much, and have a great night.